Tonight, the case against a transient accused of killing a 12-year-old Escondido girl in her bed is in the hands of a jury. Today, closing arguments were heard in the retrial of Richard Tuite. 10 News reporter Steve Fiorina is live with new information on the murder case that started more than 15 years ago. Steve.
Steve, it was a murder case that spawned a TV movie about police tactics, the interrogation of the victim's brother and his friends. Now, a second jury has heard the case against Richard Tuite, who's already spent more than a decade behind bars. Both attorneys hammered on the confessions of Michael Crow and his friend Josh Treadway during police questioning. The jury watched hours of it, hearing Treadway tell of Michael's hatred for his sister and how a plan was hatched to kill Stephanie. That he was to be the lookout as Michael and another classmate, Aaron Hauser, took care of business. The prosecutor argued that the detectives wore him out and scared him to death.
You can see his exhaustion by that point. You see how tired he is, and you can see that he's just trying to figure out, how do I get home?
The confessions were ruled to be coerced and the boys released when a spot of Stephanie's blood was discovered on the shirt of a transient in the neighborhood that night. Richard Tuite, who was convicted of manslaughter. The conviction later overturned and a second trial ordered. The defense pointed to the boys as having opportunity and motive. That Tuite couldn't have gotten into the house undetected and found his way into Stephanie's cluttered room to stab her.
You're talking about a room with junk all over it, and for a stranger to walk into that room when it's dark and be able to negotiate around this dresser drawer that's there and get over to the person laying in the bed, it just does not make any sense.
As for the shirt, he said it was contaminated by crime scene technicians after the fact, something the prosecution calls a fantasy. Now the jury is beginning deliberations. The charge, voluntary manslaughter. It is not murder. Live downtown, Steve Fiorina, 10 News.